Obi, when he said that somebody betrayed him, it is not true. Obi is the one betraying himself. And let me tell you the gospel truth. Nobody is murdering Obi's political career. Obi is committing political suicide. Any politician that knows what he's doing cannot be betrayed by anybody. If there is anybody that betrayed the other, I can say it emphatically that Peter Obi betrayed me. So the issue here is that a Peter Obi, you're not a team player. You're not a great manager of political issues. And you're looking for your problem outside you. I told him that whatever happens to Labour Party has happened to his political career. Because anytime you're stepping out into a coalition, the destiny of your political future is no longer in your hands. Because you have to subordinate your own interest to the interest of the coalition. Labour Party is not viable now as a party to prosecute presidential campaign. So his political destiny lies now in the coalition, or he is not going to make any impact whatsoever in 2027. So when he insinuated that Kenneth Okonkwo betrayed him, sorry, Obi betrayed himself, because he is just committing political suicide. Because I recall when we were campaigning, I went to the national office when I saw their mindset and pleaded with every member of Labour Party that nobody should campaign or endorse any candidate who is not a member of Labour Party. Till today, when I was Labour Party, I did not endorse any candidate from councillorship to the presidency. The same will be endorsed candidates of other political parties publicly. The gubernatorial candidate of another party was who Obi endorsed in Cross River State, rather than the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate publicly. When I'm saying anything I did with Obi, it is only the ones that had been public. Anything we discuss confidentially, I would never say unless he brings it up. So everything I'm telling you is something that's already in the public. So at the end of the day, it was still Obi that endorsed the candidates of other political parties, apart from Labour Party. I recall when I took some Labour Party candidates to the national headquarters, begging that they should be endorsed. I knew the obstacles that I had to pass. So the issue here is when he's trying to make that insinuation. When I was telling him that these people, they were going to sell him out, that if he follows them, I will not follow him, he said I was behaving rascally. I was trying to make him I'm in a haste, that I'm suggesting, trying to make insinuations, because he likes to make insinuations. What is he saying today? The same Obi is saying the government is using these people against him. The same thing Kenneth Okonkwo told him how many months ago? For crying out loud, if you're a leader, you are in such a party, you have 2-3 options. The first one is, if you see that these people are criminals the way you want to paint them now, you leave the party if you can't solve the problem as a leader, so that your followers will not be confused, and so that you don't get so close to the time of the next election that you would have nothing to do about it. Now, you did not leave. You remained with them. Why? Because you're in cahoot with them in everything they're doing. In all the primaries that the Aburedem organized, none was organized without Obi's approval, whether in Imo, whether in Edo, whether in Ondo, and now in Anambra. And that was why Obi campaigned for all the candidates that came out of it. So you're in cahoot with these people in private. In public, you want to paint another image. No, you're just being a politician of convenience, not a politician of conviction. So where does Kenneth Okonkwo come into this? When I couldn't take it anymore, I left. And before leaving, I had nothing to do with any politician. Nothing.
There is only one way Peter Obi sits in Aso Rock as president of Nigeria in 2027. Only one way. And that is free and fair elections. Without free and fair elections in 2027, Peter Obi will be rigged out again. And no amount of screaming and ranting and shouting will change anything. So to prevent an empty waste of ranting and screaming, we must do one thing now to guarantee that the elections of 2027 is free and fair. Now, what do we do? How do we make sure the elections of 2027 is free and fair? How? What comes to your mind? Electoral reforms? Okay. Are you sure that Tinubu and his boys will give us the electoral reforms that we need? Okay, I hear you. We will push and will pressure them to give us electoral reforms. Let's say, by some miracle and pressure, we get Tinubu to convince his boys, Akpabio and the rest, to amend the Electoral Act and give us electoral reforms, mandatory electronic results, transmission, collation, and presentation. Let's say we have it. Can you beat your chest and say for sure that INEC will not come up with some glitch? Well, I don't trust INEC. So how do we get free and fair elections? How do we make sure that guaranteed 2027 election will be free and fair? There's something we the people can do. And it's called the People's Election Monitor. Vote Vision. With Vote Vision, it's game over for Tinubu. With Vote Vision, Peter Obi is the next president of Nigeria. Guaranteed. Why? How? Vote Vision comprises two components. One is the technology, two is the people. We have the technology, the web application, Vote Vision, but we need the people, you. Will you volunteer? Will you? The earlier we do it, the better. In fact, starting now, since we already have the software, the technology, why not start testing it with the people? And we call these people polling unit marshal. We have about 189,000 polling units. Let's round that up to 200,000. If we get 3 volunteers per polling unit, we have 600,000 polling unit marshals. With these 600,000 polling unit marshals, it won't matter whether Tinubu is 5 in 1, whether Tinubu is the presidential candidate of the APC, INEC chairman, head of security agencies, head of thugs, or the head of the judiciary. It won't matter that even if Tinubu is 5 in 1, with these 600,000 polling unit agents, polling unit marshal, we call them, and the software technology, Vote Vision, it is game over. It is bye-bye to election rigging in Nigeria forever. So the question is, will you volunteer? The link is in the description. Join us. Let us start testing now. We can't wait till next year. We can't wait till 2027. By that time, it will already be too late. We have to test and retest and perfect the whole system before 2027. So if you're interested, you are an obedient, you are a patriotic Nigerian, the link is in the description below. Volunteer now. Let's start testing this software that we have. Let's start transmitting election results from the polling unit straight to our own server to transmit in parallel to whatever INEC does. Even if we succeed to get the electoral amendment and get the electoral reform, we still need this. Because there is no way to guarantee that INEC will not come up with a glitch. There's no way to guarantee. Another beautiful reason why we need to start testing this application now is so we can test its ability to gather evidence, such that immediately the election ends in February, election day 2027, we have all the evidence to defend our votes. Because trust me, with vote vision and polling unit marshal, we will win. It will be Tinubu or others going to court. And of course, we will have the evidence to defend it. With the kind of evidence that we gather with vote vision, there will be no place for the judiciary to hide. That is why this solution is critical. Push for electoral reforms, do whatever you have to do, but don't miss the opportunity to test out this solution to guarantee free and fair elections in 2027. Leave Tinubu and his boys to continue feeling themselves. I like the way the Object TV media guy puts it. Said they are impressing themselves. They gathered themselves in a room and they are playing drone footage and they impressed themselves. The same thing they did on Democracy Day. They gathered themselves in the National Assembly and in a joint session, they were feeling themselves, impressing themselves. Leave them. Leave the governors to decamp and join Tinubu's APC with the thought that, oh, perhaps Tinubu will help them rig so they can have the easy way out. Leave them to keep feeling themselves. With vote vision, it is bye-bye to rigging forever. With vote vision, it is a new Nigeria that we know is very, very possible. So let's start testing. We have the software. What are you waiting for? In addition to vote vision, there are two other critical things that we need to do. In fact, three. We need law patrol. We need not Project Ego now. We need law patrol. We need well fund. The thing almost ran out of my head. We need well fund, and then we need abundance party. We need abundance party. Details coming shortly. Check the link in the description. Click it, volunteer away. Let us test this application. Let us start fine-tuning our alternative to guarantee free and fair elections in Nigeria. Let me tell you about Abundance Party.